Each of us has a personal collection of advice. We gather them, we store them like trophies. Books, podcasts, productivity gurus. Everyone is trying to sell us a blueprint for a perfect future. But the best piece of advice I've ever received didn't come from a book. It came from a man named Uncle Vova. Years ago, the way he lived, his words and his sheer energy completely rewrote my relationship with time. He literally saved me back then. But here is the tragic paradox. Uncle Vova passed away just a few days ago. Suddenly. He spent his entire life working, achieving, and planning for tomorrow. He saved everyone else, but he never got to use his own advice. So no, this video is not about productivity hacks. It's a story about the heavy price of waiting and why you need to hear his advice today, before it's too late. Uncle Vova was a force of nature. He wasn't the type to wait around. He built things. A self-made entrepreneur who refused to work for anyone else. He sold cars, built houses, ran a small brick factory, always chasing the next big project that matched the spirit of the times. He was a big man in every sense of the word. Loud, charismatic, with a laugh that could fill an entire room. But, above all, he was the ultimate friend. Daughter, wife, relatives, workers, neighbors, he was always right there when you needed him most. He had this rare, genuine empathy that made everyone feel protected. But Uncle Vova had a secret competitor. Himself. He played a dangerous game where the finish line kept moving. Every time he achieved a goal, every time he felt like a king, he wouldn't stop to celebrate. Who cares about celebrating, right? Instead, he would instantly raise the bar higher than humanly possible. He was constantly competing with his past self. This endless race brought him immense stress, quiet disappointments, and broken dreams. He was trapped in the exact illusion that modern society sells to all of us, that peace is something you buy only after you win the next battle. He was a free man, yet he became a total prisoner of his own ambition. It was just an ordinary day. I was sitting at home, literally locked within my own walls, completely trapped, physical and mental exhaustion, zero energy and zero motivation, classic, right? Then my phone rang. It was Uncle Vova. "I've prepared everything." His loud, booming voice echoed through the room. "Get ready, we're going somewhere." My immediate reaction, "I can't, I'm not ready." But he cut me off instantly. "Yes, you can. Everything is ready, just get yourself into the car." He wasn't the type to let time slip away. He caught the moment, and he caught me and my husband along with it. Only when we were already on the highway did we realize we were driving 150 kilometers away, deep into the wild, majestic Ural Mountains. to dip into the ancient holy springs. He packaged it as a simple weekend drive, but looking back, I understand it was the journey that completely rewrote my life.
Ага, там есть места?
Подальше проедете, там должны быть места.
Дальше еще, да?
No lectures, no preaching, no boring rules, just us under the open sky. He set up a quick picnic on the grass with whatever we grabbed on the go and told me a truth so simple yet so profound. He said, first you step out and only then you will heal. First you take action and only then you get the result. Never the other way around. This applies to everything. And he didn't just teach me life. He showed me through his own vibrant energy. He dragged me out when I thought I couldn't survive a long drive or a single hour under the hot sun. Guess what? I could. I returned home renewed, reborn, and full of a strength I thought was gone forever. Before we left, he walked into a cave carved into the rock, a sacred place of a prayer with a miraculous, non-human-made icon. He lit a candle for my health and prayed for me, in his own simple, honest way. No fancy words. I took it as his ultimate command. Do what you can, believe in your own strength, and just stop delaying. Why? Because the weather is unpredictable, just like Uncle Vova used to say. Everything can end in a heartbeat while you are still sitting there, doubting yourself. A lot changed within me after that trip. It triggered a whole chain of events that unfolded over time. A completely separate story for another day, though, but from that exact moment, I chose to believe. I started taking small actions every single day, keeping his law in mind. Action first, result second. Slowly, step by step, my body and my mind actually began to heal. Just a few months later, I wasn't just driving 150 kilometers. I was traveling over 2,000 kilometers. No Uncle Vova next to me this time, just his silent blessing. I was moving straight toward my biggest dream. He would call me constantly, his loud, energetic voice echoing through the phone. Go on, Rimul, I believe in you. And guess what? Against all odds, I made it happen. I managed to achieve my long-held dream. Today I live by the sea. Ironically, when I finally moved here, I wasn't just chasing a dream anymore. I was looking for a cure. The marine climate, the crisp air, the endless sunny days, and the absence of freezing winters became the ultimate medicine for my recovering body. I stepped out just like he told me, and the healing followed. Action first, result second. But Uncle Vova didn't make it. Crazy rat. He dreamed of living by the sea even more than I did. He belonged to the water. He was like a big dolphin, capable of swimming for hours without ever coming back to the shore. But instead of swimming, he chose to stay on his endless construction site. His ultimate plan was to retire, leave his business behind, and live right next to us. In his final years, it was the only thing he talked about, his final ultimate goal. He had every resource to make it happen 5 years ago, or even more. But every single year he delayed his own happiness. Why? Because he kept inventing new breakthroughs, new business battles to win, new achievements to secure. He convinced himself that after just one more project, he would finally dive into his new life. He would describe this seaside life in such vivid detail, as if it already existed, as if it was just a matter of signing some documents. This year he was finally at the starting line. We were waiting for June. We were waiting for the starting pistol to fire, knowing it would finally bring him here to the coast. But instead, the phone rang. And this time it wasn't him. It was his daughter. Her voice was trembling. She said, "He's not coming. Ever." Uncle Vova literally saved my life. With his care, his sensitivity, his wisdom, his boundless energy, his loud laughter, and that magical, necessary push at the exact right moment. Through his prayers and his unwavering faith in me, he showed me a simple rule: stop waiting for the perfect moment. Just start taking steps. But the tragic irony, he never got to use the very truth he taught me, or the very dream he inspired me to chase. It would be an incredibly tragic story, if not for one thing. He passed away suddenly, on the exact day that would have been his late wife's 60th birthday. Maybe she decided to take him, or maybe his soul finally decided to stop running. He dreamed of reuniting with us here in this southern paradise. But in the end, he reunited with his true love in a heavenly paradise instead. A peaceful eternity with the one you love is probably better than living by the sea alone anyway. My dear friend, there is something more I must tell you. Uncle Vova wasn't my biological relative. He was my neighbor. For over 25 years we lived just a wall apart. I grew up hearing his loud, booming voice through that wall. And for over 35 years he was a mentor, a guide, and a good friend to my husband. He became closer to me than my real uncles. And I know I will never have another neighbor or another friend like him. So, if you are watching this, sitting in your own room, waiting for the perfect moment to start living, to heal, or to chase your dream, stop waiting. Take the step. Do it for yourself. And do it for Uncle Vova, because the weather is unpredictable and tomorrow is never guaranteed.